Okay, so we're out here in Dallas. Back in February, as everyone knows, we had that big freeze, took over the whole state. It caused a lot of problems. This house, unfortunately, is one of the victims of that big freeze. I'll walk you through the process and we'll show you what took place and what we're having to do to make this customer whole again. Over here, it started at the beginning in the master suite. I turned some lights on, so hopefully it helps. But what had happened is when the freeze took place, the furnaces shut down. Obviously, they're not working, but the power kept cycling back and forth, back and forth. So that actually caused both of the home's furnaces to actually completely shut off and tank out, because there's computer chips in all your modern appliances now, and those shut off. They're done. Those had to get replaced. In the meantime, because of that, we lost the ability to heat the home, insulate the home, and up in this attic here, above the shower, our main pipe burst, and it caused this ceiling just to completely collapse down. When we came in here, all across the floor was insulation and water, standing water, about 2 inches of water had soaked up with the insulation. Insulation in the attic was soaked, everywhere in there was soaked. The closets, which were almost done getting wrapped up. This customer had some nice handbags, some Louis Vuitton handbags and different things that had been damaged with the water, and they were sitting there. Because what happens is people left when it froze. They didn't realize that there was some maintenance they had to do in the home. Keep your water on going just a little bit. You know, if you have an electric fireplace or a gas fireplace, try to keep that going. Try to keep some semblance of heat here. What they'd done is they'd left, and this place suffered because, and there was really nothing they could do at the end of the day, but this place actually suffered tremendously because of it. Personal belongings and everything. Now, what happened is we had to take it all down. Insurance companies make you take this little device. They make you take and plug this device into the wall, and it'll tell us the moisture levels of the wall. So we had to go on the inside, stick it on the stud, measure the moisture, also measure the moisture of the drywall. This is new drywall, but everything was soaked in here. Hardwood floors, completely bubbled up, especially here in the living room. It was really damaged because it had flowed in here, and the water had actually flowed all the way out to right about here. The hardwood floors, they don't make anymore. These are about a 2-year-old product, and here's an example. This is a piece of it right here. So in that case, what the insurance company makes you do is you got to take a piece of their existing floor. See, that was a nice engineered hardwood floor. You got to take it, you got to send it into their laboratory. Their laboratory is going to tell them what the product was and how much it was sold for, you know, at its average market rate. The insurance company is only going to pay for the value of what you had. If you go pick a new floor and it's $2 more a foot than this one, you're on the hook for that $2. So while they're working here, the guys got it all fixed. They did great work. All this stuff, because water was here, all this stuff was cut up. The industry standard for insurance is you got to cut the drywall off about 2 feet up. Cut it out. It's soaked. It's ruined. It's done. So they did that. We got our tests. We got the pipe fixed up in that attic. When we turned the water on, another pipe in here actually burst because it was frozen. It hadn't popped yet. It was probably swollen, probably popping at the seam, but it hadn't started leaking yet because the water had been turned off. We didn't know about it until we turned it back on to test that one. So we had to fix that one, and then another one in here had the same problem, somewhere around in here. At the end of the day, you can see we ended up having to do all the floors. So, something around the neighborhood of 3,000 feet of hardwood floors. This is $20,000+ worth of material alone. Actually, technically, $26,000 and change. In here we had pipes burst. In here we had pipes burst. And actually in the garage, a pipe burst. By the time we were done, customer called us out for one burst pipe in the damaged master suite and those HVAC units. 13 pipes burst in this house by the time we were done. It just never stopped happening. So we ended up having to redo all the walls, patch the ceilings. The guys are doing great work here. We're right in the middle of getting ready to start putting in the paint, starting to do some cleanup. That's the existing tile floor, that was fine. They had an office here. The customer worked from home. This was extremely debilitating for their business. You can see where we ended up having we even have some water stains in here. We ended up having to redo this whole room. Almost this whole ceiling had completely fallen out. So that's essentially the water damage for this house in a nutshell for what we had to do here. So this was a terrible event, as you can see. If you know anyone that's having a problem like this, have any questions about how this is supposed to go, you have concerns about your contractor or your insurance company, reach out to us, our website, taskforcentx.com, and just click the information, and we'll reach out to you as soon as we can.